You move your head like that again while I'm painting your hair, I'm gonna kill you.
The shade!
Hi friends, your buddy Gilbert here, and I am back with another Q&A, a brand new edition of Burning Questions. I am very excited to just get right into this, so let's go ahead and get started. Same old CJ wants to know, what is my favorite 2020 meme? You know, throughout the year of 2020, I wasn't on social media a lot. I know everybody was because of the pandemic and everything, right? But I wasn't. I actually played a lot of video games, did a lot of visiting my friends online through Skype or Zoom. So I wasn't really so much on social media, but when I saw that meme, I think it was my sister who sent it to me, of the little girl on the roller coaster. I think that was all of us, because if it wasn't the pandemic of COVID-19, it was like dust storms, murder hornets,
wildfires raging throughout the state.
From Washington to Southern California, entire communities were wiped out.
Prepare for evacuation.
Actually, in the Northern California Bay Area where I'm from, there was like some mosquito that was gonna like cause a plague to happen again. It was crazy.
A pandemic, a historic fire season, and now disease-carrying mosquitoes.
These aren't your average mosquitoes, and in fact, they aren't even native here to California, but experts fear that they could be making a home right here in this area to Stanislaus County.
It's very, very serious.
They say once that happens, the insects are extremely hard to get rid of.
Then the riots, right?
Some protesters throwing objects, blocking some lanes of traffic in both directions. We will keep an eye on the situation and bring you any new details as they come in.
Chilling. I wanted to go home. The guy came, he started stalking me, right? He just punched me, and then somebody took my phone. Because, you know, I agree with it, you know, cops. They'd be abusing the power and everything, but like, I mean, that's not the way to fix it.
Black Lives Matter protesters clashing with police in downtown LA. Police at one point issuing a citywide tactical alert. Protesters vandalized the federal building.
Were you just on your way to work, or? I gotta go to Ross right now, homie. When I get there, I'm gonna get fired. I got 6 kids to feed, and these Carlos day goes on, homie. Deal with it the right way, not like this. I got 6 of them kids. Please, please, please,
You! My crown! Me! You! My crown!
Arrest them!
So what do you think about these people just shutting down?
No, they just got nothing to do. That's why, because they're college students. That's what I think. We have doctors and nurses who have the same life here, okay?
Can we get in your car?
It just was non-stop, and I feel like that meme was just a way to kind of laugh and be like, yeah, we're all going through it. We can't wait for this year to be over. And it made me laugh too. That poor little girl. I felt so bad for her. She looked so scared. Story of Me TJ wants to know, in one word, name the similarities you share with these artists. Celine, Christina Aguilera, and Michael Jackson. That's a really good question. I love all of these artists. I respect them very, very much. As most of you probably know, Céline Dion is my favorite vocalist of all time, and Michael Jackson, in my opinion, is just the most talented, greatest entertainer that has ever lived. Also one of my absolute personal favorites growing up. I think for Celine, if I had to pick one word, it would be family. Because I am really close to my family. I know that she is. She's the youngest of 13 brothers and sisters. She's the baby of the family. And even though I only have one sister, that one sister comes with a whole lot of extended family because she has 4 kids. And I'm always there at her home with the kids and her husband, the family that I grew up with, my godmother. I'm around her as often as I can be. Of course, my dad, who has the same name that I do, Gilbert, and his wife, my stepmom, Faith, who I also love and adore. And also my friends have become my family. So I really do count my friends as my family. So I have very strong family ties. And I know that the same is true for Céline Dion. I think if I had to have a bonus word for Celine, her humility is what I think I admire most about her. Well, of course, her voice, but it's also the person that she is.
I know that you have such an incredible connection with your fans, and to say they're devoted is a massive understatement, I think. I would say maybe rabid is a more accurate word. What is it, do you think, that makes them so loyal and so there for you year after year after year?
I think, without sounding pretentious, saying that, because it can be pretentious, it can be a weird question, like, why do you think they love you so much? Well, because, you know. Why wouldn't they? Right? It can be weird to answer that. I think I was fortunate enough through my whole life to have received wonderful songs. Yes, it's important.
I think her humility is just so extreme, especially because of her success. I think a lot of times people in the industry think that if you are so successful, you somehow have earned your right to treat people like dirt, and Celine never did that. She doesn't do that. She's extremely down to earth and grounded, despite being the biggest selling female recording artist of all time. And that to me is just absolutely remarkable.
Are there ever times, though, in your show that you think, oh my God, I can't believe I have to sing
that
for song
sure.
again?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yes. Many times, just before the curtain opens or the song starts, I'm like, oh no. And then it starts. And then either they go, or they're like this. Or I'm from here, or it's my birthday, thank you, or whatever they say. I'm trying to sing to not fall and to read. I'm from Oklahoma or something. I'm like, it's my birthday. I'm 45 years old too. I'm like, me too. I have twins. I'm like, oh, something. I don't know. So and don't fall into the pit, you know. They make you forget, and I thank you for it, because honestly, they make you forget that you've been singing it for so long, so many times, and just before it starts, you don't want to sing it, and because of their reaction, and then you look at them and you say, did they lose someone? And that someone was their favorite song? Did they just got married and they used my song? They know my story. I don't know theirs. And that's why I keep doing it.
Christina Aguilera is probably one of the most driven people that I've ever seen. She's very ambitious. So either driven or ambitious would be the word, because I think I'm the same way. I'm very driven, I'm very ambitious. And I know that at the time when Christina Aguilera came out, Britney Spears had just come out before her. Christina was competing not just against Britney, but this explosion of teen queens at the time. And it was really important for Christina to make a name for herself. I know that she feels this way as a vocalist and as a singer. She felt very strongly that she stood out vocally from the other young girls that had come out at the time. I happen to love all of those singers, but I do know what that's like when you feel like you have something to offer and you're just totally being overlooked. And Christina never gave up. She's always been working hard, trying to create a name for herself and trying to find herself as an artist, trying different styles, trying different sounds, experimenting with different producers and aesthetics in her albums. And I just think that that's to be commended, because it shows that she really does love what she does, and that's the reason why she keeps going, is because she wants to keep living her dream and pursuing it no matter what. My word for Michael Jackson and myself, that just sounds so funny, right? To put myself in that company, me and Michael Jackson, you know? It would probably be childlike, I guess. I would say childhood, but I can't relate. I had a childhood. Michael Jackson did not have a childhood. But growing up, I still maintained a lot of that inner child that I think we all see in Michael Jackson. Because of a lot of things that I went through when I was younger, I've always kept it in my forefront of my mind to always kind of like watch out for kids and to pray for kids. One of my big banners when I lived in my first apartment was God bless and protect protect the child, because like Michael Jackson, I think that children really are the wisdom seers of life. When you're a child, things are simple, you forgive easy, things don't get too complicated because you're not tainted by the evils of this world, this dark world. You're innocent. You just want to play and be kind to people and allow others to be kind to you. Sometimes you're too trusting, and that's something that I can relate to, and I know that that's true for Michael Jackson. He was very trusting, often to the wrong people, and I see a lot of that, a lot of myself in that as well. And I think that's always another reason why I have always been so drawn to him for all of these years. Laura the Jesson wants to know, when are you dyeing your hair blue or another color? That's a great question. In order to answer that question, I have to explain why I dye my hair sometimes. I am a sign language interpreter. One of the places that I work a lot is about 2 hours away from me. Despite driving all of that way for my job, I still spent a lot of time out there because I had made really good friends with my coworkers. And so we would go out to dinner all the time. We would go out for margaritas and nachos and enchiladas, and then we would have hair dyeing parties.
Category,
my friend said that I look like Gay Rogue. It's so blue.
Because like I've seen the
Sailor Mercury, eat your heart out.
Hard to find.
You move your head like that again while I'm painting your hair, I'm gonna kill you.
The shade! And it was just some of the funnest times in my life, it really was. And I'm still very close with those friends of mine, even though some of us have even moved on. We don't even work at the same school anymore.
I'm literally obsessed with this moment. I have to record this because...
But you can really form a lasting bond with coworkers that become a true, genuine, lasting friendship. I didn't dye my hair a lot before getting with this group, but now that I've been with this group, that's all I want to do. I want to try every color there is. So because of the pandemic, I'm probably not going to be hanging out with them at their house for a little bit longer, but I can't wait because then we'll have another hair dyeing party, and I'm probably not going to dye my hair by myself. I'm going to leave it black the way that Jesus made it, but hopefully sometime soon. That was so much fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that you had a fun time. If you've got a great burning question for me, I want to hear all about it. Follow me on my Instagram. About 2 to 3 times a week, I'll open up the floor for questions, and you may get featured on the channel. And if you want exclusive content and early access as I create it, including these burning questions a year before they hit the channel, log on to my Patreon and become a diva or higher. You will have all that plus more. The sky's the limit. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and for being interactive with me. It means more to me than I can ever express. I love you. God bless you. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.